And that microphone is on. Yep, it is. Somebody call for help. The Reaper is down. That wind is just horrendous up there, and I thought all of them were going to fly away. Oh, the witch has had a little too much punch. No, that's not a witch, that's the Reaper. And he's down for the count. Get it? Down for the count? We love to count. No, never mind. Okay. Anyway, just thought I'd share that real quick. And the one ghost was down too, but we're okay. We're still happening. Anyway, let's get rid of that. A little bit of fun just to start the show. Anyway, big thank you to Oz for gifting that membership. And I'm not sure who got it. I didn't see on here. And also big thank you to Irish Monk for that wonderful fill the fridge up with Pepsi super chat there. Thank you very kindly. And that is awesome. And we'll see what we can do later to get the Reaper back up there. I know they're not going to fly away. They got too much weight attached to them. It's just they decided to do some dancing up there. And actually, right now, that the darn ghost is down again too. Oh, hang on, that's Skeletor's pushing him down. Look at that, he's pushing him down. What a meanie! He's got to stop doing that. That's not good for anybody. Look at that. He's pushing on him, trying to get him out of there. I don't know. And it's raining, of course. So, stop it, Skeletor. You're going to hurt that ghost. Oh, come on. The ghost is, at least the ghost is still smiling. Maybe the ghost likes it. Anyway, you guys, let's get rid of that. Welcome, everyone. Glad to have you all on board today. I'm your host, DrFox2000. And what? I frighten children all year. Okay. Way to go, Irish Monk. Anyway, welcome everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in windy and rainy Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Unlike the scene on the screen, of course, that was our Siggy Fisher from back on August 12th. And that's what it was doing. So a little bit of canned lava there for you. Anyway, glad to have you all on board here. And let's see, who was in first today? It was Tom and Pepper. And let's get those cookies out, and we'll get the party started here. Cookies. All right, got those there, and of course. We need a few of those for Tom, and there we go. Okay, that should be all right. I know, I went over the limit of 5. Sorry, had to do it. Of course, Pepper likes those cookies, and I know Tom likes chewing on the bones. Oh, hang on, that's backwards. Never mind. It's all good. And really, really cool. Let's see. Lizoid, I made it in for the show, and I was digging a moat out on the other side of my fence. I hope you didn't get caught. Irish Monk and King Colin Deadman will be proud. Yeah, building a moat is always interesting, and could be really, really awesome, especially if you fill it with gasoline and light it on fire. Makes a heck of a moat. Anyway, that is our cookies delivered. And of course, welcome to everyone that is here. Glad to have you all on board today. And we'll get right into things after I say hello to everyone. Dr. Fox, the monkus told me to tell you to mention a Stromboli. Stromboli. Okay, I'll mention Stromboli. But we know about Stromboli. I don't know about Stromboli. But we'll give it a whirl. I do have a couple of pics there that we can take a look at, and we will get at that. But let's go over and do Iceland's stuff first. Anyway, going to say hi to everyone. Welcome to Sue and Dave Crock, Henry Nelson, King Colin Deadman, Kevin Haynes, and of course C&D Boy is in here, our wonderful moderators here. Typically Arizona Snowman, Piggy, C&D Boy, and I did see Joseph Fields Official in, and Gary 24/7 Live. AZ Skynes will be hiding in the background there somewhere as well. Hey, JB is here as well. Hermione Schaefer made it in. Of course, our wonderful Irish monk is here. Leo Carlson, good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Oink, oink. And thanks, Leo. Glad to see you. And let's see, Grandma B is here. Nice to see you, Grandma B. And let's see, going up a little bit more. Lizoid made it in. Sharon Stewart also here. And BMAT, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And going up the list, some more, looking for other wonderful names like Mona Alfano. Welcome, Mona. And who else we got in the list? Okay, got him. Oh, Mummy of Hamsters. Welcome. Glad to have you on board. And Sharon Stewart, I'm glad that you can hear me. It's all good. Excellent. Going up some more, looking for more wonderful names. And who do we have? Did I get JB already? I think I did. Jennifer, welcome, and glad to have you on board. Did I say Oz? Hi, Oz, if I didn't. Peter Greenlee's also here. And going up some more, looking for more wonderful names. And I'm sure we'll find a few more. Peter, we got going up a little more. Sixth Sense Amelia. Welcome back, Amelia. Glad to have you here. And who else we got? Of course, Amelia, we should say Kia ora, right? I hope I said it right. And going up a little more to find other wonderful names. A lot of repeats, but that's okay. That means everybody's chatting. Diane Craig is here. Welcome, Diane. Glad to have you on board. And we got Henry. We're going up a little more, seeing who else we got. And MT Coalforge. Welcome back. Good to have you on board. And let's see. Did I miss anyone else going up here? We got Sue, we got Grandma B, Carl Faller, welcome, glad to have you back. And going up some more, looking for more wonderful people. And let's see, did we find anyone yet? And not seeing too many other new names. OFU Lux from Luxembourg and Connie Tyree. Welcome. I'm glad to have you guys on board as well. And I'm back down to the bottom, so let's see. I see some carrots for Trevor the Wonky Donkey. Welcome, Trevor. I didn't see your name yet, but I'm sure you're here somewhere. Trevor T. Donkey. Okay, no more Wonky Donkey. And that's all right. We'll let you get away with that. And did I say Lizoid? I think I did. Okay, that's good for names for right now. And what we'll do is we'll carry on with looking at other fine things as soon as I can find the correct page to click on. And there we go. I did find it. So let's stop the canned lava. Just for a few minutes here and get rid of the big banners, and there we go, canned lava gone. And of course there you go, you can see what it looks like in Iceland right now. And that is one of the shot, and this is another one. It is raining there, bad weather, and same almost like yesterday. Even when we go back earlier in the day, it was not that great looking, but hey, it is fall, and that is what you kind of expect to see there. And that was, let's see, that's about 6.5 hours ago is what it looked like there. So interesting, but not that nice looking. This one, of course, if we go back about the same time amount, we can see that there is still, well, not quite as much snow on the back of those mountains. A lot of it has melted off since yesterday, but taking a look in the background, you see some of the other taller ones there, and even on this side, still a lot of snow up there. So hey, that's good. That means winter's coming, and not much we can do about it. Let's take a look at the other one. Of course, this one right now is in the dark, but if we go back about 7.5 hours ago, there we go. We can see the ice sheets of Katla, and there I made that picture a little bit better. And that is over here. Definitely able to see them a lot better today. The clouds are up a little higher, or at least 7.5 hours ago they were. And that's kind of what we see right there. So pretty awesome and interesting, and we'll see what happens. And of course the other shot, we're not going to be able to see anything because it is cloudy and it's nighttime, so I'm not going to worry about that one. But yep, I will leave it on there for the time being, and we will pop on to our harmonic tremor charts, and we'll have a quick look at that. Of course, Philadelphia been busy, but nothing really that jumps out at us and says, hey, you know, we're going to have an eruption. But we'll talk about Icelandic eruptions in a minute. For right now, this is the chart. We do see a bunch of small spikes in there indicating some tectonic activity, and the downfall has ceased and it's on an upward trend, which is always nice to see, and I do like that, but you never can tell what's going to happen. For right now, I don't believe we're going to see any eruptions, at least not there in Philadelphia. Let's take a look at other places like Grimsey real quick, and then we'll check the other charts that kind of make a little bit of sense. Anyway, looking at Grimsey downturn, so things are going to quieten down up in the northern areas of Iceland by the looks of what we've got here. So downward trend. Unfortunately, I'm not doing a heck of a lot, and we will continue. Let her bounce a bit. I can be patient. Oh, who's bouncing? Okay. Anyway, Grimsvatn. No, Grindavik. There we go. There's Grindavik, and that's what we're seeing down there. Still a lot of seismic activity happening, but I don't think anything major is going to come out of this. Just a general shake and a movement as what we normally see down there on the peninsula. So don't think it's going to have an eruption anytime real soon. I did want to get to Grimsvatn. Do they actually have a chart for Grimsvatn? No, they don't. And I think it's Grimsfjall that we got to take a look at, and that would be this one. That is fairly close there. It's an interesting things going on there, and I'm trying not to allude to it too quickly, but we may have some kind of an eruption or activity happening at Grimsvatn, and we'll keep an eye on that. That could be a major catastrophe if it's a big eruption, but then again, there could be a small eruption and we won't see hardly anything as well. So let's take a look, and of course, something I mentioned earlier is that we had put in a new link, and of course that is not this one. let me go over to that. These are our earthquakes. Last 48 or 24 hours, we've had 46 earthquakes that are of concern. And I don't know if you guys notice on this map, but Grimsvötn is now a yellow. And that is interesting. Anyway, I did put in a new link into the bot, and that is for this site here, a catalog of the Icelandic volcanoes. And you can simply bring it up by typing in Iceland V. So I will do that for you so you can see it. Oh, CND already did as well. So that's kind of the new, well, it's not a new map. It's just we added it to the system, and hopefully that'll help you out. And as you can see, Asja and Grimsvötn here are yellow, and the rest of the guys are green, including our Fagradalfjord down here. So that is what we've got going on right now. Anyway, that is interesting to see. And last time, last eruption 2011, and we'll see what happens there in the future. And we definitely need to keep an eye on it. So let's get back to our earthquake map, though. Take a quick look at what we've got going on, those 46. Definitely interesting, but really not scaring anyone. 1652 was a magnitude 1.9, 10 kilometers down, up here by Grimsvötn. This, or sorry, Grimsey. That is Grimsey, the island. 2220, magnitude 1.5, 11.5 kilometers down. Then we had this 1.9 from 3 minutes after midnight, 11.1 kilometers down for it. And then a 2.04, 17.3 kilometers down. That's a little bit further. 2:20 a.m. for that guy. Hey, Scott, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And then we slide down a little bit more, looking for other quakes and stuff. And 1440, we had a 0.73 there, 10.004. I guess they fixed it. No more 005s, right? 2220, a magnitude 0.3, and that was 13.1 kilometers down. This is an older one, 4:16 a.m., 0.85, 2.7 kilometers down for that guy. As we get closer to Asja, there's a 0.69, 135 meters down from 1236. And then we'll go over here and take a look at another 0.69, 2.2 kilometers down from 9:53 a.m. 0.2 from 2137, very fresh. 3.9 kilometers down for that guy. 4.5 kilometers down from 2116, and that is that area. And then we zoom in a little bit to split those up here at Asja, and they have two little ones, 0.67, 4.9 kilometers down, and that was from 1155. Then we also had this guy, 1.15, 3.5 kilometers down, 5:28 a.m. For that guy. And that does not show anything imminent, and will continue to go down here. And surprisingly, you know, we take a look at what's going on here, Bardabunga, and of course this is Grimsvötn, the one that they just turned yellow, and we're not seeing any seismic activity, which is really odd, and that makes you wonder. But they did indicate that there is a lot higher outflow of water going out of there, and also that the snowpack or ice pack has dropped by about 3 to 5 meters, and that is considerable. and that will definitely indicate that there is some kind of activity there. Things are heating up underneath. But again, volcanoes are volcanoes. They can sit there, warm up the ground a little bit, and then just go away, or it can keep going. Yes, it is actually quite a bit of melt when you get right down to it, Henry, especially if it was ice, for you to melt 3 meters, that's 10 feet of ice. That's a lot of movement as far as I'm concerned. So just I figured I'd throw that in there. And let's see what else we got going on here. Down to Katla. Katla had a couple of quakes. There's Katla there, and 0.99, and again showing a very shallow at 135 meters down. It came in at 10:30 a.m. Then this one a little bit more recent, 21:21 was the time on this 1.1 kilometers down. And Mars says last time the ice dropped over 100 meters and there was no eruption. And yes, I do remember that, and that's why I did say, that it may, at Grimsvatn, it may not do anything. It could just kind of, melt that ice away again and then just disappear as far as activity. But we're going to keep an eye on it, and the fact that they did change it from green to a yellow, that is an interesting factoid, right? Hey, Clark, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. Anyway, we got these here. Let's check this. 0.9, 5 kilometers down from 1532 for that guy. And that's kind of in between our two bigger ones there. Up, this is Hecla up here. But to the west of Hecla, we had a couple of small ones, 0.8, 6.9 kilometers down roughly, and 1410 was the time on that. Then 0.95, 4.5 kilometers down at 10:04 a.m. And zooming out a little bit and taking a look here before we get into the Reykjanes Peninsula area. Let's just grab this guy here, a magnitude 1.9, 5.2 kilometers down from 1341. And that kind of makes you wonder. That's a little bit of an odd place to see an earthquake, but not unheard of. We've seen them out here before, so definitely it could have something happening. Anyway, for those who aren't familiar with this map, this is the area here. That's Reykjavik, a capital city, of course. And over on this end of the peninsula, there you've got Keflavik Airport, Keflavik, Reykjanesbær, Jarvik. And if we slide over a bit, a little too far there, and look in this area, here's the Blue Lagoon and the power plant, of course. And when we slide down that highway a little bit more, we see Grindavik, a nice place if you want to catch fish. And of course, also if you want to eat Icelandic hot dogs, the gas station there has an awesome selection of toppings and, of course, candies. Lots and lots of candies. Yeah, I know. It's bad. Leo Carlson. Wow. Thank you very kindly, Leo. Gonna write that down. Leo Carlson. I got it. And thank you very much for that wonderful super chat, Leo. That is very awesome of you, and appreciate the support. And glad you appreciate what we do for us. Oink, oink. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Leo. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, I'm popping out a little bit. Let's go back over to our other area here. Of course, our Fagradalfjall is right there. And of course, if we zoom in, you can see there's our Siggy Fisher area. And these were the original ones here in Geldingadarlar. And that's what we were seeing. or way back when. But let's go over here by the lake, and then we'll see how deep these are. 6 kilometers down for this 0.5, happened at 23:17 today, so very fresh. This one also 23:17, again a 0.5, 5.2 kilometers down on that guy. A 0.94, 7 kilometers down, 27 minutes after midnight, so that guy is a little bit older already. Getting closer to Krusvik, we see this 0.61, 5.2 kilometers down, 7:56 was the time on that. And then we also had a 0.73, 6.1 kilometers down, 2:31 in the morning. And then 1:12 a.m. we had a magnitude 1.3, 4.5 kilometers down. Moving over a little bit, we see a 0.21, 2.6 kilometers down from 3:09 a.m. And of course, out here somewhere is there's Kaleir, and there's another odd place for quake. 0.47 is the magnitude on that. 4.2 kilometers down, and 5:23 in the morning. So that's not that shallow. This one should be more shallow. Yep, 0.88, 2.4 kilometers down, 6:04 a.m. for that guy. Then we have this one. This is nice, 1:21 a.m. and 0.45 in magnitude, and it is a 1 kilometer down. So a little bit more interesting. And as we get closer to our other place, it goes deep again, and that is at 7 minutes after midnight, magnitude 1.05, 5.2 kilometers down for that guy. Sliding over a little bit more, we don't see anything in our Geldingadarler area. Fragerdelfjall is quiet, so that is kind of what we've got there. We do see this one out here in the parking lot somewhere, and actually the parking lot would be here, but let's see what's going on there. 0.47, 4.2 kilometers down from 13:28. Not sure what's going on there, but interesting. And sliding over, we looked at this one here, 0.36, and it's kind of weird. A full point, so it's 413 meters down for that guy. 9:55 a.m. and that is right in town, and right underneath that guy's house. 18A. If 18A disappears and falls into a sinkhole, we'll know what happened. Okay, but I don't think it will. It's just I'm kidding. They don't have sinkholes there, thankfully. Anyway, 0.83 for this guy, and these are actually near. There's the Blue Lagoon, so these are fairly close to the Blue Lagoon. 11:02 a.m. for that guy, 0.83, 3.4 kilometers down. We've got this one from 12:30, and it is a 0.56, 3.7 kilometers down. Then another 0.36, 2.7 kilometers down from 21 or 26 minutes after midnight. And 14 minutes after midnight, we have a 0.64 from 3.1 kilometers down. Not going to worry about those either. I don't think that's anything scary. We have a 0.62, 4.3 kilometers down from 6:56 this morning, and then from 11:58 we had 0.05, very small, and that is 4.5 kilometers down for that guy. Thanks for the 5-minute warning. And there we go, 0.93, and that was 4 kilometers down, 6:22 a.m. I guess. Yeah, this morning, their time, Icelandic time. I see a 1 point, and that's up by Grimsey. 1.4 just came in, brand new and fresh, and that's always good. Why is that shown there? I don't need that. Okay, get back over here. Anyway, let's grab these ones out in the water. LD, out here has a magnitude 1.18, and that is 5.57 kilometers down from 1237. We also see this guy here from 1610, magnitude 0.95, 6.2 kilometers down. Another 0.9, 6.4 kilometers down from 1625. And then another 0.6, 4.8 kilometers down from 1720. So that basically covers our earthquakes. And like I say, the big news, of course, is that they did put Grimsvatn to a yellow, and kind of makes me wonder, what's going to happen there. Let's see. We'll hit that. Okay, folks, I have to vote wonky or no wonky. This is the question. Type wonky or no wonky to keep as is. Just trying to help clean things and tidy. How is your nut supply, Dr. Fox? The nut supply is great. I went and got some last night. So we are doing well for squirrel nuts. He did not come by today. I'm surprised. Anyway, let's get back to this for a minute. So with that map, having it added as a feature here, and of course you can simply type in Iceland V, all one word, and that'll bring that up. It'll give you that map, and it does help out if you want to have a look at it. And of course you can zoom in and take a look at some of the areas, and it does give you the elevation lines and things like that. It doesn't show the elevations, but at least it gives you contour lines to let you know what it kind of looks like in that area. And of course, if you click on it, it does show you what level it's at. Current activity is high, is what they're saying. And of course, the last eruption a long time ago. And that is 11 years ago that erupted. So that is kind of a nice feature. And then you can do the same thing over here with Fragedalfjall area, and there you go. Kind of tells you the same thing. Unfortunately, they didn't use the same map. I'm not sure if yeah, I think this is still the old map. Yeah, where they're showing the depth of the old area here, so they got to get that up to date. That's something that they didn't do, but we know that that's all filled up, and that's not 200 meters anymore. It's more like 350 meters or something like that. At least 300 in there, so a lot of lava for that area. Anyway, I'll leave that be, and just figured I'd throw on that in, and hopefully you guys can utilize that and enjoy it. Hey, Pistol Pete is here. Welcome, as well as Robert Frary, and good to have you on board. And DJ made it in as well, and good to see it. And oh, everybody wants wonky. Honky wonky donkey. It's getting worse. Storm Chaser 1211 also here. Good to see you. And Nat Haggy has still got a lake. According to this one, yeah, Nat Haggy no longer has a lake, and that is definitely filled up. I don't think that lake counts anymore. That little well, that wasn't really much of a lake. It was a seasonal pond, if you will, and that is all right. And so, all right. I don't know if we're gonna see the honky wonky donkey, but Trevor, it's up to you, man. Oh, completely up to you. All right. Anyway, that is also one of the other maps that we like using, and of course, in that one, when you zoom into our Fragedalfjall area, it gives you a little bit more contour or detail as to where Ragnar is sitting and where Siggy Fisher is sitting. although this is not the most recent or updated picture, at least it gives you a pretty good idea of where they are, and some of that area has been filled up there as far as the lava levels, right? So gives you that. And there's the lake. No, hang on, there is no lake. Not Haggy is full of lava, and that is awesome. So anyway, it is time for me to get off of here. Great image. Thanks, Galactic Volcano. And yeah, if you weren't looking earlier, you type in Iceland V, all one word, and that will bring up the new map here, this one. And if you haven't got it already, and you can see Grimsbotn is now a yellow, just like Astra. We'll see what happens in the future. And okay, perfect. And on that friendly note, I am going to go back and turn on some more canned lava for you guys. And I am going to take a break to let my throat cool down. Of course, this shot here was from earlier, and that was that's Katla. When you're looking over here underneath all that ice pack, and Katla is not going to erupt yet, but definitely a possibility for Grimsbotn since the activity is high. Okay, let's fire up some more of that other stuff. The lava. Where did I go here with my lava? It was from the 12th, I think. There we go. And we'll turn that back on. All right. Got it going. We'll put the date back on the bottom. Actually, it's got a date on it, but just in case somebody doesn't know. Anyway, I'm your host, DrFox2000, and if you have not yet hit that like button, please help us out. And we are definitely wanting to shoot over that 100 mark today, hopefully. And of course, it being a lovely Monday, it would be a great way to start the week. So help us out if you haven't done that yet. And if you're enjoying the show, of course, definitely do that. And if you're new and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please do consider that as well. Is that live? Which JB? This is not live. This is canned lava, just like I mentioned. That's why the date is on there, from the 12th of August. On the bottom, you can see the date. So that's what we wanted to make sure that we're not misleading anyone and not saying there's lava flowing when there isn't, right? So, as I said, canned lava, unfortunately. I wish it was live. It would be so much nicer. Stromboli? No, actually, before I go on the break, let's just double check and see. I haven't looked in the last few minutes here, so oh, hang on, is it? It might be doing something again. If it is, actually, we could put it over there, and we'll see in a second or two as soon as my screen comes back to life. Right now I'm getting the yeah, it is doing its thing. Let's put you on Stromboli instead so we can have live lava. That would be pretty awesome. Let's pause that. Holy mackerel, I caught it midstream, mid-eruption. Anyway, let's go over and I'll give you a Stromboli since that is live. And let's, come on, computer, you can do it. There you go. There's Stromboli, and that is a live picture of Stromboli right now. And that is compliments of ING TV, and that is, of course, there in Italy. And yeah, fire at Stromboli. We'll talk more about that one shortly when I come back from the break. So don't go away, you guys. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and we'll be back. And if this goes cloudy on us, I'll put us back on the canned lava. I'll be back, you guys. Thanks. that microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board today. And I see a welcome back from Scott Hartman. Welcome, Scott. Glad to see you. Honky Wonky Stinky Donkey, aka Trevor T. Holy Batman, that's a real tongue twister there, mister. Oh, wow. And thanks, DJ, and Sue, and Leo, and Mars, and Kevin, and Mona, and Tom. Doc, what? What, Doc? Yeah, that's right. Thanks, B-Matt. All good. Okay, and glad to be back here. Anyway, we are seeing Stromboli on the screen, and of course, it's a little bit on the hazy side because of that fog or fog and ash and everything else that's coming off of it is kind of just sitting there and lingering. So we're not seeing actual defined lava in there splashing up and down. And if you take a look in the background, of course, you can see in the back here, it's really cloudy and everything. And that's what's going on there in Sicily right now, or Italy. It is kind of yucky weather there, unfortunately, and that's what we've got. So, but just to change things a little bit, we can sharpen things up a little bit. I do have some pictures. Hey, aloha, Kathy. Glad to have you on board. And wonky, yeah, wonky question mark. Okay, you asked. I didn't put no stinky thing in there. I don't know why you put that one in, but that's all good. Okay, anyway, pictures. I do have pictures. Let's look at them. And how about that, sports fans? Do you like that? That was one of the ones that was posted yesterday, and that is pretty awesome with the lava coming down the hill into the water. That is approximately a 400-meter drop from the top down into the ocean, Mediterranean Sea, actually, not the ocean. But anyway, same area, same. It's going into the water. Next shot is this one, and that is kind of reminiscent of that same deal there, and that is pretty cool. And we'll turn them off as we go through it. And that gives you a little bit more of an idea what the top looked like. And then here's another closer up image of the top, and that is kind of cool to see how it is weaseling its way out of there. And I wish we could actually show a video of that. That would be really nice, but it is definitely bacon. You guys got it, extra bacon. And that is what the doctor called for. And let's have another look at some more, some long bacon there, you guys. And that is pretty awesome. So read all about it. All right. It is looking pretty good. So this shot actually is kind of nice because you are seeing what's happening. We're seeing that Strombolian style eruption at the top and at the lava flow. And I thought, hey, pretty cool. Bacon override. Here's another bacon shot, and that is pretty awesome. Hope you guys are enjoying these. I had to try these out of someone's paws to be able to get them, but we did it anyway. And that is really, really nice to see. And thank you, Sue. Appreciate that. And one more of the Stromboli pics, and that is this guy, where it was cooled down a little bit and not quite as elaborate, but still a lot of bacon coming out of there. So now I see why you say bacon. Excellent, Kathy. I'm glad you caught on. the big bacon strip going down the side of the hill. And that is always cool and neat and nice, and we like it. And it is pretty awesome to have that happening when it does. So very, very cool. The only problem that we have sometimes is when we're watching Stromboli, we have a problem with their signal cutting in and out. So, and I do believe it has cut out again. I'm refreshing it, and I'm seeing the circle going around, so it's not helping us any. Anyway, we'll get back to Stromboli afterwards, you guys, and we'll keep another eye on it and see what's going on. But for right now, let's head over and have a quick look at our other ones, and of course, that would be over in Sicily, and that is Mount Etna. And Mount Etna, of course, like I was saying earlier, was kind of in the bad weather and that kind of thing. And of course, Sicily being very close to where Stromboli is, the weather is kind of the same. Anyway, you can see how gloomy and cloudy it was. Let's sharpen that up though. There we go. And of course, in the background, you can't even see Etna at that point. Even if we go back, yeah, we can see it a little bit when we go back really far. And whoop, all right, then they want to throw in commercials. While they're throwing that in, let's do this. And we'll show our wonderful time lapse that I made from very early this morning, Sicily time. And of course, that's not the sun on the left-hand side. That is the moon, as the moon is going down. And unfortunately, the camera could have been over just a tad bit more. It would have really made for a nice production, but unfortunately, it wasn't. So I got what we got, and that's kind of what it is. Anyway, that's what the morning was looking like, and not so fruitful for us, unfortunately. Clouds just being in the way, so that is what it is. And of course, let's put you back to where we were looking here before that commercial popped in, and that's what we've got as far as the cloud cover over top of Etna. And unfortunately, we can't see a heck of a lot there. I seen that bird go by. Wow, he was moving. Anyway, that's what we are or were seeing early this morning. Or this is actually about 2:20 in the afternoon, so that's about as far back as we can go. Actually, let's see, just a little bit further. There we go. Actually, that one actually helps us out a little bit. You see the grayer cloud coming off of there. That gray material, that's actually being ejected from Etna, whereas the whiter stuff, of course, is just rain clouds and stuff floating by. So that is what is off-gassing, and that actually looks pretty cool. Anyway, gonna put it back to live. There's what it is like right now, being in the middle of the night there for those guys, and on just about 2 a.m. there, so definitely no light. Okay, let's pop over to other places, and of course this is our shot of Azores, and let me get on that screen. There we go. That is the harbor area all lit up, a little town, and you can see the lights off at Pico Island on the other side there. If we turn this picture on, there's a daytime shot of that, just so you have the idea. And of course, what you're seeing there is Mount Pico. They call it Mount Montana, but Mount Pico, or Pico Volcano, is over on the other island. But we are on the island of St. George, or what is it? Sao Horte. if you want to say it in Portuguese, I guess. I hope. Anyway, that is what we see there. Let's pop it over to this one. You can see some clouds off in the distance here, and it might be clearing up a little bit. And we do know it's a moonlit night, and of course we're looking down here. This is the cove. Unfortunately, my cove picture disappeared. I'll have to make another one. Anyway, we look for the white water splashing up here in this cove. Gives us an idea how rough that ocean is, and doesn't look too bad right now, so could be all right. Anyway, getting on to some of the earthquakes that were happening there. We did have 3 that were showing on St. George, and that is these 3. So 1.5 at 44 minutes after midnight, and 1.6, 6:27 a.m. And then, of course, another one here at 2.0 at 18:32. And that's kind of interesting, but only tells us what's on the island. Let's take a look at the other map. I need to refresh that one, unfortunately, because that's not right. It's yesterday's stuff. And will that work? Yep, it did. Got to make that bigger. There are a bunch of them in that area. So for those people who aren't quite familiar, I'm going to zoom this out a whole bunch. There you can see Portugal and Spain over there. There you can see Nova Scotia, Newfoundland over on the other side, and Iceland is up here. And of course the red line is depicting the mid-Atlantic ridge, and then of course the other one here is the ridge in between the Eurasian plate and the African plate. Anyway, zooming back in really quickly, we see that we had those ones on St. George, but we also had one here 10 hours ago, and that was a 2.25 kilometers down. And then we had this one on Terceira, and that is interesting to have a little quake there at 2.2 surface, and that happened at 12:55 GMT or UTC, however you like to say it. And that, of course, is the other active volcano, or semi-active if we zoom in on it. So there's the quake, there's the volcano. So not sure what we're going to see in the future out of that, if that is ever going to erupt, or if the ones on St. George are ever going to erupt. Anyway, looking here, we see another 2.39 kilometers down, and that one was from 1:04 a.m. their time, and 2.3 here, 7 kilometers down from 13:49 GMT, or I guess 1:49 local time. All right, I guess yeah, they're the same as local time anyway. And just going through them real quick, you know, you see the 2.4 on St. George, 10 kilometers down, and the other one's 7 kilometers there for the 2.3, 2.2, 5 kilometers down. Surface one here, and this one on St. George, surface as well, and then a 2.3 for that, 9 kilometers down, and then the other one on St. George, 1.5 surface area as well. And I'll leave that be, go back to that. All right. Will that show up? No, of course not. Why would it do that? There we go. Got it going. Anyway, that is what we're seeing there. So a bunch on the surface and at varying depths. Pretty cool to see that, and I'm looking at the time. It is just about break time. I'm going to put this guy back onto that picture so I can find it, and we'll do it that way. And we'll go over to, I bet you we got some volcano gray happening. Gotta find it. There it is. How did I know that, eh? Volcano gray. And that, of course, is Popocatépetl, and it doesn't really matter where we look. I think Popocatépetl is not going to make us happy today. I don't think we can see it at all. at least not on that particular screen. We'll look on this one. This is a slightly different angle. We can see the top of it, so that isn't too bad, but they're really not giving us that much information. And yes, it did pop out of the clouds. Prior to that, it was looking like that. And if we back up a little bit more, I'm trying to see if there's some clear shots anywhere along the way earlier, but you know, when we look at it, even from this morning, 9:30, that's what it looked like. Looks pretty with the clouds, but doesn't give us any indicator what the volcano was really doing. There you can see it off-gassing a little bit, but not a heck of a lot. And oh, hang on, maybe we can see it a little bit really early in the morning. 6:22 a.m. There's a nice puff ball on top, and that is kind of nice to see. Some stars up in the top as well, and that looked not bad. But we didn't see too much of that after that. So yeah, that's 6:42 for that guy. So pretty good. I must hit the sack. A night all. And good night, be Matt. Take care, William, and sleep well. And we'll see you on tomorrow's stream, I hope. And that should be good. And of course, this is from when it changed back to color, and 6:56 a.m. But it was quiet at that point in time. So that's from the other camera. Quick look at Fuego, and I think Fuego was about the same for us as far as I did not see anything coming off of Fuego at all today. So a little bit disappointing, and we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to try to reload our Stromboli, if it'll reload for me. Right now it's still sitting there churning and twirling. We may have to put some canned lava in here for the break. Yep, I think we will. Okay, so unfortunately we'll turn it back to the canned lava, and I am going to take a break and do my thing. Welcome Cananaskis country, and glad to have you on board. And Diane Craig says Pepsi time. It is. I need to wet my whistle, otherwise the whistle won't whistle anymore. Okay, you guys, don't go away. Keep smiling, be nice, play nice in the lava. And of course, I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. When we come back from the break, then we'll have some bacon seeds, and that should be pretty awesome. So don't go away. Keep smiling. I'll be back. Thanks. And I am back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board, and nice to be here today. It is still windy and it is still raining, but I do see some blue skies off in the distance. Hopefully our wonderful guys will survive up on the roof. At least they didn't blow away. Too many weights on them. And thank you for the welcome backs from Sue and Scott and Leo and Kevin and Mars and of course Old Mummy of Hamster saying welcome back, Uncle Doc. We are at the show now. Oh, okay, awesome. And One Fish 26 popped in here as well. Glad you could swim in and do your thing, and that is all good. Okay, I did promise bacon seeds, so I need to figure out where I am here on my screen and pause my lava. There we go, midstream, mid-eruption, and that is awesome. Let's get to the bacon seeds, and we'll take a look. We don't have as many of the extras today, but we do have some. So anyway, there was that Kitty, the massage specialist, and they've lined up for massages there. That was our last shot from yesterday, and do like that. So pretty awesome, pretty cool. And let's continue on. Here's our first bacon seed for today, and that is a cute little guy. He is playing around in his hay. Pretty cool, eh? Anyway, next one, we'll get to that. These guys are also playing in the hay, and of course they're joining in on the fun, I guess. So nice to see that they're inside, staying warm on the colder days. And I was bribed to clean up my space at $25 each. Oh, spaces at $25 each? You were bribed? Holy mackerel, that is a pretty decent bribe. I wish somebody would bribe me to clean up my spaces. Yeah, I'd make them spick and span and then get them dirty again because I want more. Anyway, that is a nice looking bunch of bacon seeds in there. These guys look like they're not malnourished either. Look at the size of the bellies hanging out. A full pig is a happy pig, right? Anyway, there's some more bacon seeds, and looks like this one is trying to share with his friend, pushing that. I don't know what the heck they're eating there. Is that a potato or something? Again, these guys do not look malnourished. They definitely look like they're sharing the food, and it's either that or the other one is being teased. What? That's a human hand? I don't know. I don't know about that. And anyway, we'll carry on here. And here's a cupful of. Just imagine waking up in the morning and that's what's in your. It's a pomegranate. That's what I thought it was. I thought of hiding it all in my truck, Dr. Fox. Oh, that's pretty awesome. And that's a good way to make quick cash and then put it back afterwards and do it all again. Anyway, a cupful of bacon seeds. You gotta love them. They're cute and very, very nice looking. I like that. They nice little guys. And let's get to our next one here. And this one is playing, and it's playing with a toy pig. Go figure. And of course, you know, I guess boys and girls have little dolls as kids. Well, why not have a piggy doll having a piggy a doll? Anyway, it looks pretty good. So. Pretty awesome. And let's get to our last bacon seed for today. and that is this guy, and definitely looking very relaxed, and got a shirt on the blankets, smile on the face, gonna rest and relax, and that is pretty good. Don't tell Dr. Fox. What are you not supposed to tell me? Okay. So darling in the cup. Yep. That's better, Nightbot. What? Somebody. You guys are that bad word. You guys got to be nice. Anyway, Grandma B. Grandma B. I figured out what this picture was, and I was trying to figure out exactly what to do with this picture, and I finally figured out it's Grandma B and her grandchildren. I think. I'm not sure. But this one here, at least this is right in front of her house. Is that Grandma B with her grandchildren? I hope not. But anyway, that looks pretty awesome. Oh, sorry, Grandma B. That's all I could think of. I had to do something with it, and that's kind of what I figured it was. Nah, I'm much fatter. Oh, okay. Oh, I just thought it's just, it was pretty awesome. Anyway, that is from Grandma B in front of her house, and that is what's set up there. So, looking pretty awesome. If you're wondering about the fleet of larva trucks, they got caught at customs. The manifest said 20 tons of ice cream. The customs guy burnt his tongue trying to get a sample. Oh, Trev, you're not supposed to. Oh, never mind. It's okay. 3 cars waved back. Oh, well. Grandma B, at least they waved. That is important. Oh, too much fun. Too much fun. Anyway, let's carry on with some volcanoes, and we'll see if my other picture of Stromboli will ever come back. And I tried several times already. It seems to be getting a little faster now, but it's still got the buffering going on, so we'll worry about that in a little bit. And let's go over to Merapi and see if Merapi will make us happy. I don't think it will, but hey, you never know. And of course, there's Merapi in our famous volcano gray shielding, and of course, hiding behind the clouds. If we back up a little bit, we can actually see where the clouds parted for a little while, but not too much, and that was at 4:26 a.m. They were up and moving the camera around a little bit, but it really wasn't that great of a shot. 4:40, and that's what it looked like, and prior to that was very grainy looking, like there. So not seeing a heck of a lot coming out of Merapi. And even further back, we see what it looked like at just before midnight their time, and a little bit more there. Well, yeah, that's about it. Oh, that took us all the way back. Anyway, that is kind of what we were seeing. Instead of worrying about that, though, let's have a look and see what we've got going on at Mount Ruapehu. And Mount Ruapehu, of course, was in the clouds as well for the most part during the day. Going back a little bit earlier in the day, you can see just the tops of the mountain, the volcano there, but not that great of a shot. And that was just after sunrise, so that's about 5-6 hours ago. And yeah, I'm trying to see if there was a decent shot here, but I don't think there was. You can still see some snow on it, and kind of a lenticular cloud built up over top. and that is always kind of neat. Cool stuff. And let's see. What happened? I saw a spider, Grandma B. Oh, yep, there was a spider in there. I seen it. And there's other things in there too. I don't know if you see the owl. It looks like an owl up there on the handrail. So I don't know. But the spider down on the bottom there on that plant looks pretty awesome, and it's going to get that kid, the little baby skeleton. Hopefully, it won't do much. It's a witch. Oh, that's a witch. It looks like an owl from here, but okay. Scary Boo. I see Dr. Fox is in the window. Oh, you see Dr. Fox in the window? No. Anyway, let's go back to other places. And we had a look at Ruapehu, not visible or very poorly. And of course, the other one, Merapi, and not very good viewing today either. Popping over to Semaru, and of course, oh, hang on, I gotta get this one back to normal here before I do that. And Semaru, where are you? There you are. That is what it looks like right now at Semaru, and again, clouds kind of covering it up. If we do this here, that gives you a little better shot, a single picture, and a lot of cloud up top there. If we go back into the nighttime, we should be able to see a little bit of a glow on it. Yeah, we do. Up there, 4 a.m. or thereabouts, and that's kind of what we were seeing. No major streaks of lava coming down the hill. And of course, when we go back to here, this is not a daytime shot. This was nighttime. This is how bright that sun or the moon is. And actually, I should go turn that back off. You can take a look over on the other shot here, the black and white shot, and it does show the lava a little bit better there. Unfortunately, it wasn't that much of it, right? So that's kind of what we were seeing there, and yeah, that was it. And prior to that, we had a lot of, let's go back a little bit more here. A little better shot there, 42 minutes after midnight. And we do see the glow up on the top here, but also some lava sitting right there. Really not pushing down the hill, so it's not throwing out lots of material. But it is still erupting, and that is the important part. And prior to that, let's go back. This all the way back to 2211 their time, and you can see again the lava in both spots, and that's actually not a bad shot there. So pretty awesome, and we do like that, and hopefully we'll see more of that coming out of that volcano in the future. So that would be pretty cool. And let's carry on, go to other volcanoes around the world, and we all know which one this is, and of course that is our wonderful Japanese volcano, and that is Sakurajima. And that was just recently erupting, and let's get to the start of that. Actually, let's put that on. What's wrong with our close-up cam? I think our close-up cam is not working. Darn it. Let's go back to that one then. Close-up cam broken, and anyway, we'll move this ahead 5 seconds at a time so you can see a little bit more how that material was coming out. And it wasn't coming out very, very quickly, but we do see it is doing it repeatedly, and there is some very, very heavy eruptive activity right there, shooting out underneath all those other clouds. And that was just very recently. It is almost live, so that happened just a little bit ago, and thought that was nice to share that. And going back other times at night, I didn't see too much, and of course when I checked these I looked for lava, and didn't see a heck of a lot of lava coming out, and that's always what we want to see, right? We want to see bacon, and that is 1:40 a.m. Fairly clean shot there. You can see everything, but no lava, and we were hoping to have some more of that wonderful red and orangey glow all the way back to 2218. Still nothing there, so we'll put that back onto live. That is what it looks like there right now, 9:23 a.m. in Japan. And quick look here. Gonna crank up the quality here, and thanks YouTube or the computer. The ice cream boat is not in right now, so we'll have to catch the ice cream boat when it does get in. I think it's coming. I don't know. I can see one there. We'll check back in a minute or two and see what's going on. There's our close-up cam. They got it working. And did they have it working here? No. That just got fixed. So whatever the issue was, they just resolved it. But that is the close-up cam of Sakurajima, the caldera up top here, with looking at the crater basically. Next one is ASO, and ASO is in the clouds, in the fog, and not so good today. Actually, if we back up to the earlier hours, we can actually see the rim of the volcano right there, and it is off gassing, but there's so much cloud in the way, we really can't tell exactly what it is doing, and that is unfortunate. But we'll not worry about that. It is rated as a green right now. That is the present shot that we would be seeing from the camera. I'm going to try refreshing this one for Semaru and Sakurajima. Still not up, so that's kind of where we're at with that. And I think the ice cream boat is coming now. It's the other one that's coming, and you can see it there. So yep, ice cream boat definitely on its way in, and you can definitely do your thing. So we be cooking piggy. Sorry, my friend. Yay, ice cream. We want ice cream. Everybody wants ice cream all the time. It doesn't matter. Just a ham. Well, C&D boy, you don't need to advertise that much. You're going to give Piggy a complex, you know that, right? And did you at least get the name of the one who did that? My husband used to smoke a whole one when we were in LA. Okay. I haven't actually ever smoked any meat like that. It would be interesting, I think. I've looked at those pellet smokers and stuff like that before, and I thought, if I get another house, I'd do that. But you can't exactly do it here in the apartment. I don't think that goes over well. Landlord won't like me anymore. We had a barbecue place, a small one. Okay, Grandma B. Big smoker, yummy food. Yeah. Anyway, ice cream boat is headed in, you guys. So if you get down there, you can zip down the primary road there. I don't know if you can see it too well, but anyway, it kind of curves a little bit, and then at the lights down there, you just hang a left and go down to the dock. They'll be down there shortly setting up. So that is all good. There's that road here, and there it goes, and then hang the left and go down to there. And they'll have ice cream for you. All good. Next volcano on our list, Taal. Let's see if Taal is working for me. And, where's my Taal? Hang on, I have to refresh that screen. You get to look at the ice cream boat for a minute. And, of course, they got commercials on Taal. We'll fix that in a minute. And, let's see. Yep, ice cream boat is closer. I want ice cream too now. Darn it. Okay, that's it. I'm going to shut the show down. I'm going to go get ice cream. Oh, I'm kidding. It's okay. I'll suffer. I'll hold my thoughts here. Hey, Ann Walsh, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. There is Taal, and that is what we're seeing right now. And of course, it is there. It is hazy in the morning there on Taal Lake, and Taal volcano is really not throwing out or pluming too much. It has been raised to an orange level, so anything could happen, and we could see an eruption or more off-gassing, all kinds of stuff. But right now, it seems to be fairly quiet and doing a very sedate thing. Hey, Grandma B gifted a membership there. Thanks, Grandma B. And we'll throw that in. Grandma B. And we'll see who gets it this time. I never did see the one that Oz put out. And it's kind of makes me wonder who might have got it. So we'll see. And for those good people who are in here, of course, you do want to make sure that you have your gift, accept the gift thing turned on, and you'll find that somewhere in your monetization in your channel thing. And if you need to know how to do it, I myself don't know how, but there are a lot of YouTube videos. Type in, how can I accept gifts? And they'll bring up videos that show you how to turn that on. So that is something you can do there. Anyway, it is break time, you guys. So let's see if we can get back to Stromboli. Yep, actually, Stromboli is working. So I'm going to put you back on Stromboli, and let's turn that picture off. And there is a live Stromboli, and that is what's going on. You can actually see a little bit of lava rolling down the hill right there, and that is pretty awesome. Of course, the insert here is a thermal picture. Oh yeah, now the thing starts buffering again. Okay, well, it was good for a few seconds, and that is all right. Is that still moving? Or is it, I don't know if that's working yet. It's hard to tell if it's moving at all. I think it's stuck. Let me put the mouse on here and just see if there's movement in those clouds. Because it definitely is buffering on my end here. Yeah, there's no movement there. It is frozen. I'll try refreshing it and see if that'll come back. It keeps doing that, so. Okay, well, I'll put you back over to the cad lava for now. We'll see if we can get that going again. If it does start working, I will put it back on there for you. In the meantime, for those good folks who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, by all means, do give it a quick shot. It would be awesome to see. Doesn't seem to be moving. Yep, that's what I thought, Leo. Anyway, I'll let you watch the canned lava for right now, and then after the break, we'll carry on with our stuff. It's moving right now. Oh, no, right now this stuff is moving, of course. This is the canned lava. Anyway, I'm your host, DrFox2000. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already, and subscribe if you haven't done that either, if you're enjoying the show and you feel we earned it. So on that note, I'm going to take another little break here, and I will be back in about 5 minutes or so. Keep smiling, be nice, play nice on the lava, try not to hurt anybody, and if you do need to take a sample of that lava, use a really, really long pole, okay? Yeah, canned lava. I'm sorry, JB. It's, what do we do? I'm waiting for it to come back, and unfortunately, with the buffering, that's just a still shot. That doesn't do us a darn bit of good. Anyway, I'll be back, you guys. Keep smiling, and we'll be back. Don't go away. Hit the like button. I'll be back. microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board here today. And I'm still trying to get that darn thing for Stromboli to work, and it keeps coming back giving me a network error. Anyway, thanks for the welcome backs from Scott and Leo, and I hear you from Sharon Stewart. And thanks for the welcome back, Mars and Kevin Haynes. All good, you guys. Thank you very kindly. And let's carry on. We want fresh lava. I want fresh lava too. Unfortunately, all you get is some steam. Oh, if we can get that working. Yep, the steam is steaming. And of course, that is Old Faithful in Yellowstone. Yellowstone National Park, of course, having over 500 different active geysers, and that is kind of what we're seeing in the screen there. And of course, Leo brought that link up, which was very kind of him. Jellystone or Yellowstone, either or, will bring that link up, and you can have a peruse at this website yourself. They do have this playing 24/7, as well as piles of other things like the maps and so on that they have on there. So there is a fresh lava in Hawaii right now. Yeah, but not live. That's the problem. That's Mars. That's always the problem. That's where we're going next. And this is Hawaii. And I'm going to, unfortunately, I had to restart the computer again, but that was from 8:26 a.m. Hawaiian time. We're going to refresh this and see what it looks like. And yep, a lot of smoke over top of our lava pond. Of course, this lava pond is in the caldera there at Kilauea, and that is in Hawaii. This picture from 1441, and that's what we see. Very difficult to see that toe area on the other side, or the cracks or anything like that. We do see some lighter spots. Of course, that is caused by the lava draining out, and what happens is, of course, the gas bubbles come up to the surface, and they actually break everything, break up the crust that's on there, and then it turns very light, and you can see the actual lava as it's doing its thing. Leo says, okay, I have to go to work. Darn work, always in the way. Hey, Leo, and you are most welcome for the stream. Thank you for your generous super chat, and really, I do appreciate having you here. Take care, stay safe, and stay safe at work, hopefully, and everything will be good. And we'll look forward to a barbecue soon in the future. Anyway, next shot here from 8:27 from a slightly different angle. Again, a very smoky primary vent right there. And of course, the little hornito, you can't see it underneath the smoke, but that's got a lava tube that pours into the lava pond. There's the entire caldera, and of course, you see some steam and smoke on the edges here. Still a little suspect of this one over here, but we do see some other spots around the entirety of the crater. Going to refresh that to present time. Looks a little bit better there. You can actually see a little bit more, and this crater actually, this thing is actually building up more and more, and I'm wondering if we're going to end up with a cone inside here. That would actually be pretty cool to see in the future. Still not sure what this is going to end up being over here. It seems to be a hot spot as well, and we might see a secondary lava pond forming here soon. We'll take a look at, as we continue our coverage on it down the road, and see what happens with that. Can't see the lava pond because of the smoke, but hey, that's okay. Next view is from the other side of the caldera on this side, looking back this way, and that is this shot. And of course, again, this was from earlier today at 8 something in the morning. Primary event right there, lava pond there, the tow area there. Pig Island, very, very noticeable right there. And of course, going all the way around, you can see that it looks like it's lower on the edges, and that is indeed what it is. This is a raised area, and the magma has pushed it up a little bit, and of course that is cooled down and crusted over lava. That is probably somewhere in the anywhere from about 3 to 5 meters thick. So very very interesting to see that. But it, and you know, Pig Island was the first bit of lava that was floating on top there, and now they've got a whole huge big island that is doing the same. So pretty neat. And let's refresh that one. That is the current picture of this, and again, hard to tell where everything is because of that smoke. Not going to worry about it. We do see the smoke down here, and that could be from our little vent area on the side that I suspect will fall into the caldera eventually. And that other smoker over here, very hard to see what it's doing. Quick peek at the thermal cam, and of course this one was from 8:14 a.m. There you can see the lava pond. There's the little hornito area with the lava tube in it going that way, and the primary vent right there. Tow area is visible. That other lava spot or smoker is not visible over here, and we have yet to be able to determine exactly where it is. It looks like it's right about here, but I really haven't seen anything, and there's no hot spot, so I'm kind of wondering what it's doing. Anyway, well, I'll put this one on a current picture if it refreshes, and nope, it's not. And that's it. It's not refreshing. I guess it's broken. Okay, so there is no new picture, or we'll have to live with the old one, and that's all right. Let's take a look at the earthquake zone that we have in that area, and that is not the right map to be on. Let's go over to the earthquake map. There we go. And quick peek around. I don't see anything really major. This is pretty big. 5.1 Tajikistan. Interesting. Anyway, let's zoom into our wonderful Hawaiian Islands. There you go, Oahu, Maui, and interesting quake right there, 2.8, and that is just off the edge of Maui there. 28.3 kilometers down. That happened actually yesterday at 21:49. Didn't notice that on yesterday's map. Anyway, first area we're going to look at, of course, is this here, Pahala area, and then we will take a look up top here at Mauna Loa, and zooming in a little bit, and here we have a whole row, and that's pretty awesome. 2.1 from today at 7:29, 29.9 kilometers down. And all the ones here in the Pahala area, including these ones out here, are between about 26 and about 37 kilometers down. Pretty standard. So anyway, this one 1.83, 19 a.m. Next one is 1.9, 5:50, 5:46 a.m. Then 1.7 from 6:08. And the next one is 1.9 from 5:29, and those are all very close in time, these guys here, so something definitely moved, and that is pretty neat and awesome. This guy here, 1.9, 5:11 a.m., and that is what we've got there. Really no more over there. We see this guy out in the water, 2.1, 33 minutes after midnight. And then we've got this guy 2.3 from yesterday at 21:04, and then also a 1.7 from 6:42 a.m. and that is the Pahala area. Let's slide up here and take a look up top on Mauna Loa and try to figure out what the heck is going on. We'll start out with the new one. 1.8 happened today at 1826 Hawaiian time, and that is 1.8 kilometers below sea level. And then this guy here is from today as well, 10:41 a.m. 400 meters below sea level on that guy, and that was 10:41. Pretty cool. 2.3 6:01 a.m. This one is well up into the mountain. It is 1.7 kilometers above sea level, so that's the difference there. This guy 2.2 3:46 a.m. This is 1.3 kilometers above sea level, and that is right underneath the caldera, and this is 2.2 3:13 1.3 kilometers above sea level, and just on the edge of the caldera 3 a.m. 1.7 kilometers above sea level. So that's what's happening on top of our Mauna Loa. We don't see anything over here on Mauna Kea, and also I don't see anything happening at Kilauea. No new quakes or anything like that. But if you do want to bring up the other Hawaii map and take a look at it, you're more than welcome to do so. Just by typing in Hawaii map, it'll bring up a lot of the other sensors, and you guys are more than welcome to take a look at some of the other shots that are in there from that, and that is all good. And of course, for Kilauea, for those who need that information, the lava level is roughly 144 meters above the crater floor, and that is about 470 feet. Total output so far somewhere around 111 million cubic meters, or 29.2 billion gallons, and that of course started erupting September 29th of last year, 2021. So that is what we're seeing. So the lava level is much higher in this crater than what we're seeing, and that is pretty awesome. I love it. Okay, on that friendly note, looking at the time, we've got a little bit of time here. We can take a look at the earthquakes for there, or hang on, we did the earthquakes for there. We can take a look at the earthquakes elsewhere, I should say. And real quick, going to start out actually over here, and this is where our Rakens Ridge is, and we've had, pardon me, multiple quakes in that area, and a swarm that continues, and it's a lot less than what we've had before, but they are still happening there. So there's still a possibility of something popping up there. Maybe we'll get a new island, you never know, and we can call it New Monkland or something. The other island, of course, is called New Irish Monkland. So this might be New Monkland. He can take his boat over there. I don't think he'll get stuck in the mud there, and hopefully not anyway. 45 minutes after midnight, sorry you guys, and 10 kilometers down for that 4.5. The other one 4.6, 7:23 a.m. Their time. So that is kind of what we had for that 4.6. Also 10 clicks down, and sliding out a little bit. We don't see anything else on the mid-Atlantic ridge, and we do have some here in Chile. 4.8, 5:19 a.m. 31.6 kilometers down for him. A little bit bigger here at 4.5, 16:51, 117.2 kilometers down. 4.3 in Peru, and that is 5:10 a.m. 168.6 kilometers, and moving up a little bit more we do see, this is a little bit odd here. Don't typically see them in the Gulf of Mexico as so much, but a 4.5 that happened at 1:49 a.m., 10 kilometers down. And then, of course, we had another one on the Mexican area where they had all those big quakes before. And it is a 4.1 from 2209 yesterday. And looking up at the top area here on British Columbia, Canada. And that is just across from our Queen Charlotte Islands, and that is what we're seeing there. 4.1 from yesterday, 2357, 14.8 kilometers down. Then there's some smaller ones all the way through the Aleutian Islands, as well as up in our Alaskan areas there. Here on the Canary Islands, 4.6, 138 kilometers down, happened at 1706. And we slide down here, and they're getting more quakes out here at Taiwan. 5.7 from 1324, 17.9 kilometers down on that guy. And then we had a 4.7 at 6:17 a.m., 10 kilometers down. This one would be almost underneath Ibu and Dakota, 4.5. 1703 was the time on that, 52 kilometers down. And then we've got a couple of small ones here, 4.5 in Tremor Lest, and that is from 1042, 155 kilometers down for that guy. 4.4, very close to it as well. That is 5:06 a.m. And that is 118 kilometers down. Moving over into Papua New Guinea area, 5.0, 10:09 a.m., and that is 73 kilometers down. And then over here, Vanuatu, 4.5, 5:53 a.m., 133 kilometers down. And this is Tonga, Fiji area, Tonga, okay, 5.5. From 11:55, 11 kilometers down. Very interesting. Hey, Tetra, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And looking here, Tajikistan 5.1, 107 kilometers down from 1723. And then Iran, because I had an earthquake. 4.3 in magnitude, 6:37 a.m., and that's what we've got there. So that kind of takes care of our earthquakes, and it is actually a break time for me. I will do that. I need to take that break. As you can probably hear, my voice is starting to crack some more, so I'm going to put you back on the can lava, put the music back on, and then I will be back in a little while. For all those good people who are here, if you're enjoying the show and you have not yet hit that like button, please do give it a quick bump. It really does help us out. We are trying to get over that 100 likes, and we're not that far away from it. So if there's anyone else who hasn't hit it yet, please give it a shot. Also, if you're new and you are sitting on the sidelines, you want to chat maybe, or even if you want to see more of this and you feel we've earned this, by all means hit that subscribe button. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer, but I'll be back, I promise. Okay, music, cue the music, something, there we go, got it. I'll be back. Okay, I am back. Microphone is back on. That is a long song, so I'm going to cut that one short, and I'll leave it be for right now, and we'll continue on with our wonderful stuff. So welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you here. And unfortunately, that Stromboli keeps cutting in and out, and that is really kind of annoying. And right now it's working, but for how long, I don't know. It's just one of those things. And thank you for the welcome backs from Sue Hayes and Kevin Haynes and Kananaskis Country and Mars 2028. And I hear you from Sharon Stewart. Stromboli. Yeah, we like Strombolis. And I don't even have that picture loaded up anymore, and we'll see what we can do to get that one back. But or do I? Stromboli 2 pick. Let's see if we put that all the way up to the top and try to put that on there. No, that's the real volcano. Okay, that's not the Stromboli I was thinking of. I wanted food Stromboli, but that's okay. Anyway, yeah, it's buffering again, you guys. Darn it. So, and there it goes off again. So, let's leave it at that. Anyway, that is all cool. Let's go over and keep going with our show here. Of course, we're looking at our quakes and stuff. We want to finish that off, and we'll get over to let me see, we'll get over to the Azores, and not the Azores, the Canary Islands. How about that? That'll work, and we'll have a quick look there, and that's what we're seeing at the Canary Islands right now. They do have a few quakes there, and we'll take a look at La Palma, see what we've actually got cooking on La Palma. And from today, we've got this one here, and that zoomed right back out. I want it closer. Anyway, yeah, so if you take a look at the blue circle there, you'll see which one I'm referring to. 0.8 happened at 35 minutes after midnight their time, from the 10th, of course. Then this one here, just right on the edge of the shore, 1.4, 12 kilometers down. That was from 3:55 a.m. 4:39 a.m. We had another one there up the hill a little bit, and that one was what was it? 1.5, 4:39, 9 kilometers down. And then we had this one that is a surface quake of some sort, 0.9 from 1925. And that's what we've got. I will provide a live stream from Stromboli if you all pay into my account in Jersey. Yeah, I can do that too. Pretty awesome. Anyway, that is what we've seen there today. A quick peek at the other volcano map from around the world. I'm going to refresh it so we have it up to date. And we'll see if they are now showing two. No, they are still only showing the one on Asja on Iceland. So hopefully those guys will get that updated. We know that Grimsvatn is now a yellow rather than a green, so that is something new on there. And looking at everything else along the Great Ring of Fire, we really don't see too many new things. We do see some of those other quakes listed here. Not going to worry that much about them right now. We did see that 5.5 41 minutes ago. We do have that. That's in Tonga area. And then Home Reef Volcano still showing active. Vanuatu still pretty normal. Same thing with Papua New Guinea. Luolatok still there. Raung still there. Semaru, Marapi, Krakatau, and going up a little bit more. Taal, of course, at an orange rating now from its yellow. Mayon still there as well, and of course our Nishimoshima out there in the islands in Japan, it still an orange as well as Sakurajima, Suwanoshijima and Sakurajima. There we go. And Ibiko and Alade still are there doing their thing. Karimsky, Bazimiani, and Chevalish are still hopping away doing that stuff. And going over Piton del La Formes volcano in La Reunion Island. Yeah. And that is what's down there. I know, bad French accent. Okay, Old Doño still doing its thing, and our friends here in the DR Congo area are still working away. Urta Ale still on the map, and of course we have Etna, Volcano, and Stromboli, and that is the location of Stromboli right there, and that is what we've been trying to see and trying to watch. Actually, if we get a little closer, you can kind of see that it is on its own little island, and Eolia, if I'm right, is the island. Yeah, Eolia Island, Italy, and it is part of Italy according to them. And yes, people do live on that island. You take a look, there's a whole bunch of homes over here. So if they do have to evacuate, they'll definitely need to do that if this thing goes too crazy. The lava flows that we were witnessing and seeing the pictures of are coming down this side and going into the water over here. So they are a fair distance away from any of the homes. There are also some homes over here, in case you didn't know, and a couple over here, but nothing major. But most of the people living there are on this side, and they do have boats available to get them out of there if they need to. But the lava flow was going down on that side. So pretty cool and pretty awesome. Anyway, I think we can leave our volcano map be for today, and we'll pop over to our weather maps and see what's going on there real quick, and we will do a very quick weather map here and see if we can wrap this up without taking too much time. So let me get on to there, and we'll just do a very generalized view of the SO2 map. We don't need to go over it in detail. Anyway, you see what's happening here. We still have our stuff coming off of the Kamchatka Peninsula flowing in. Pulp and paper mill up here in Alaska throwing out some pluming there. I'm not sure if this is just being pulled in here by the weather system, but pretty awesome. Looking at what we see in Mexico, looks like it stopped flowing into the Gulf and is now kind of sitting here twirling and swirling out in the Pacific again. We see another system starting to build up right here, and it's probably raining, so that's what we're seeing there. And most of from our guys here in Colombia and Ecuador and Peru, they're all popping out into the Pacific, which is kind of nice. Helps out with getting it from inland here. But we also see a lot here in Bolivia, and that is going down all the way and coming out onto the Atlantic side. Uruguay actually looks clear, but looking at what we've got coming across, I ordered goat weather. Goat weather? You go, wow, Irish monk. That is a fantastic Irish monk. and goat weather, huh? Okay, well, we'll see if we can find goats. For what region of the world did you want the goat weather in? That is important to know. Not sure. Anyway, we still see a White Isle volcano doing its thing. Standard stuff here in Australia. Tofua doing its thing. And by the way, thank you, Irish Monk, if I didn't say that. That's very kind of you for that goat weather. We'll see if we can find a goat there right away. Looking at what we've got, Luolatok still doing its thing, Semaru, Marapi, and Krakatau, Ibu and Dakono right in there. And of course, looking over here, we'll have a Mayon throwing out some of this, as well as a lot of people pollution in this area as well. And we see Taal volcano, and of course it's in Taal Lake. Not sure exactly how much SO2 is coming off of that, but we're not going to worry so much right now. And this thing is starting to break up a little bit, but still not sure where it's getting fed from. Right now I do see a little bit coming off of the what is that? The ones out down here in Japanese islands. No, never mind. Boy, sometimes I try to say things I can't. Anyway, down here, Suwanoshijima and Sakurajima are responsible for a lot of this, and still not sure what actually caused this, and I think a lot of that was from China. So we'll see what that goes. Anyway, looking at South Africa still doing its thing, DR Congo still there, and of course our refineries here in Saudi Arabia and Iraq and Iran and those places are still polluting quite a bit. Not as much coming off of Etna today, so that's all right. Looks like a little bit more from Stromboli. And here's the a view from the other guys. I don't know how well that shows up, but yeah, just on here, a lot of cloud coming through there as well today. So that may be a part of our problem with what we see from that. Anyway, this is the guys that I don't recommend, vededa.org, and not happy with those guys, but hey, that's just me personally. Yeah, they give you strikes. And going over, I got to refresh this to get our current weather. Hang on, our computer is deciding to be slow, and there we go. Looking at North America, colder up in Canada here, and of course we see it's starting to get chilly. We see most of that warmth is still in Saskatchewan, but down in the bottom end of Alberta a little bit there. BC looking pretty cold, and actually starting to get colder again in Manitoba. Ontario all the way down, and just about all the way to the tip is fairly cold, single digits, and then it gets a little warmer down on the very bottom end. And looking over here, and New Brunswick, Nova Scotia areas, single digits for sure. Some colder areas, boy, down to 1 in New Brunswick already. And same thing goes here for some of the areas of Newfoundland, Labrador area, very cold in the minus temperatures already, don't want to be there. Still not a bad day in western United States, so that is all right. Most of Montana looked pretty good. Yellowstone Park, of course, a little bit on the cooler side. And looking at California, not bad for temperatures there. And Death Valley, Sue just brought up Death Valley there, and we'll see what it says. 33 degrees. Yep, 33, 34 in that area. That's about what we're seeing on this map as well. And looking at, they've got that low system sitting right there. Mexicali coming in at 33 as well. And looking at Phoenix, Arizona, roughly about 29 degrees, probably about 29, 30, something like that. But the bottom corner here of Arizona still holding a lot of heat. Top areas, and including places like Flagstaff, probably 18, 19, that kind of thing. Same thing with New Mexico, getting back down into Texas, and we see most of Texas is still got some relatively nice temperatures, but northern areas starting to cool off as well. Same thing goes for most of the U.S. In the central regions. It's not till you get around the Great Lakes that you really start to get really, really cold. And looking at what we've got here, so let's see, Mississippi, what's the other ones right beside it? Never mind. Mental block, real quick. Boy, Alabama here, Georgia here. What the heck? Louisiana, that's it. I got it, never mind, it's all good. And we're all good. Going up a little bit more, you see South Carolina, not bad. Starts to change once you get up into North Carolina, and of course here in the Appalachians, definitely getting colder at the higher elevations as we move up. Philadelphia coming in about 13, 14 degrees in New York. Boston a lot colder, and that is 12 degrees. And of course we see up in Maine really down into those single digits. Down here in Florida, bottom end of Florida, Miami looking pretty nice, and not bad for the rest of Florida. That's all right. And let's see what. Yes, I'm loving it. Getting cooler. All right. And we're seeing 27, 28 in Cancun again, pretty normal. And going down here into the Amazon real quick, starting to see some higher temperatures back into the 30s, which is really nice for them. That is kind of what it should be. And seeing where the cutoff point is, and it's kind of Paraguay here is really where it really changes, and then south of that, bottom end of Brazil and Uruguay and even Argentina, looking pretty cool till you get in the inland areas where it's a little bit warmer, but still not that great. Sliding over to New Zealand real quick, we see all kinds of different systems fighting around it, and that's going to be not so good. They're probably going to get lots of rain and stuff. Looks like low teens, and at least they're in double digits and not down in that cold stuff. And then getting up into the North Island here, we're seeing actually in some places 20 degrees, which is really nice. Glad they are warming up a little bit, and that is compliments of that low and this high. Sliding over a little bit and looking at Tasmania, and they're at 13, 14 degrees, pretty much normal for this time of year. Looks like Melbourne got warmed up a whole bunch, and I bet you Leo is happy about that. Adelaide coming in at about 17, according to this map, 16 in Sydney, and home of Oz coming in at about 21 degrees Celsius, really, really nice there. And going on the other side of the country, Perth is only about 14 degrees, but we see that heat is starting to build back up in the northern areas, and that is really nice. Also seeing what's happening here in Malaysian, Indonesian area, and they are still holding some good temperatures, but we can see where the change is. Top end of Taiwan, they're starting to cool off as well. Definitely colder in Japan, and Tokyo coming in at about 22 right now. but Osaka about 17, so a little bit of a difference. And we have that low sitting right there. That's not helping them. That's drawing down that cold air from the Siberian stuff. Anyway, Kamchatka Peninsula, single digits and below freezing temperatures for the most part. And then we see India pretty normal, and South Africa finally warming up, which is really nice. Madagascar still cold on the eastern side, but the western side has some nice temperatures. And you got to remember that some of those are nighttime temperatures, like over here, and that is kind of what we're seeing. And then checking out what we've got here in Saudi Arabia, where it's still warm. UAE 24, 25, Oman, kind of the same thing. Higher elevations here in Yemen, a little bit on the colder side, and looking at the Sahara Desert out in the west, 31, 32 degrees right now, but Cairo coming in about 18, 19, and as soon as we get up a little bit further north, we are seeing big differences in temperature, and temperature for Piggy right now there in Kos, that would be, I'm just going to type that in here and see what she's got happening, 21, 22 degrees according to this. We'll see if they've got any rain on the way for her. And all right, 19 degrees it says for Piggy's place. Getting a little cooler, and of course nighttime temperatures, and that is okay because it'll warm back up to 25, 26, if not a little bit higher during the day. Anyway, Sicily, mid to high teens all the way around. Same thing with the bottom end of our wonderful Italy. The boot looks not bad, the heel's fairly warm. And going up here, Rome coming in at about 15, a little cooler in the higher elevations again. And new Irish Monkland is right there, and they are still in the high teens or upper teens anyway for the most part. Coastal areas somewhere around 20 in some spots. That's kind of what we're seeing there. Looking at Spain, and that's what we've got in Spain. My voice is really starting to crack. I should be taking another break right now, and I'm going to try to finish the weather here, and we'll do this and wrap it up. Anyway, looking at France, a little bit warmer there in the bottom end, but the coastal areas up top getting cooler. Germany, top half is now getting cold, and a little bit warmer down on the bottom. So Munich coming in 11, Hamburg only 8 or 7, Berlin about 10 or 11. Looking at London, 6 degrees, Dublin, Ireland, 8 degrees. Definitely big differences. Luxembourg and those places. Luxembourg actually looks like 9, 10 degrees, not bad temperatures there, but a little cooler in Belgium and Holland, except for on the coast. And yeah, look at that. I'm not sure where the goat weather is supposed to come in. Is it here somewhere? And somewhere around Doolin. I think the goats must live around Doolin. And let's just find Doolin. I know it's here somewhere. I've seen it before. I think oh, there it is. About 10 degrees Celsius there. That's all. Buy some mead for your voice. All right, Irish Monk, I will do that. Thank you very kindly for that $10 or 10 euro super chat. I will definitely try to find some mead, but if it has alcohol in it, you know I can't do that, right? But anyway, thanks, and I do appreciate that. That's excellent. Looking at what we've got here in Sweden and Norway, and Finland, fairly cold. That low is still sitting there beating on things, and of course that is also throwing the cold temps, and that it's delivered here. Irish honey. Oh, are you calling them Grandma B? Are you calling Irish a honey? Okay, never mind. I'm not going to run with that. Reykjavik, 4 or 5 degrees, 4 degrees, and looking a little cooler on our volcano sites. So something better erupt to warm things up there, hopefully, and we'll see that. And that is awesome. Okay, and that is good for this for right now. Let's pop it on to precipitation. And I'm going to do this real quick because my voice is just about done. And you see the stuff up here in Canada, up in the north. You see what's happening in Alberta, not so good. And going out, we see here in Quebec doing what it's doing, and snowing. Doesn't look like rain for Sue there in Nova Scotia. That's all right. A little bit in Boston. Some storms down here, small ones in Florida. And moving across real quick, we see in northern portions of Texas and Oklahoma are getting some New Mexico variable small storms. Same thing goes for Arizona and the northern parts. The hot area down and below are not so bad, and some muchly needed rain there in California. Central America, there's the remnants of that storm that passed through. Actually, that's this one here, and that's another low that developed there. So I can't remember the name of it. Was it Jane, something? Anyway, it was there. Looking at South America, up in the northern portions of the rainforest, and definitely getting something there. Looking at here, Buenos Aires, clear, but going up to Rio de Janeiro. All right, come on, boys, hang in there. Anyway, we see it there going over quickly, and looking at New Zealand, and not too bad. A little bit of rain on the southern end of the North Island, and the same thing down on the other one on the South Island. And of course, we're seeing this low down at the bottom here, so not too much rain in Australia, and we are seeing what we've got there in our other places like Bangkok, probably getting some rain now. And there's what we've got happening up in Japan. See, Japan's got some of it in there, but a lot of it sitting in the northern portions. India, lots of storms. And looking here at what we've got going on in Africa, bottom end fairly dry, top end fairly dry, but the rainforest areas are still very workable. Let's take a look for Piggy and see if there is any moisture on the way. We see the wind flowing from up top here, and we don't see anything coming that way, unfortunately. Sorry, Piggy, if you're listening, still none. And here we've got this big storm in between Italy and the rest of the world, and that's kind of what we've got there. And Spain, looks like Spain and Portugal getting some rain as well. Bottom end of France, bottom end of Germany. And also here in Sweden, lots of rain and snow and stuff in our wonderful Norway, and that's what we've got there. This low is probably going to slide off this way and give some more stuff to Iceland. And look, it says snow for this area here in Reykjavik. All right, so that is kind of the weather for today. Let's find the cold spot real quick. And down here in Antarctica, I see minus 60 already. and minus 64, 65, and I'm not seeing anything lower. Sue says she found 68. I see a minus 66 here, and that is about it. And unless I go over here somewhere, 64, 65, 60, 68, and I found it. And do I find anything colder than a minus 68? No. And there you go, Sue. It's a tie. All right, a minus 68, and that is cold enough for me. And yep, we did it. Okay, that is it for the stream for today. And yep, minus 68 degrees Celsius. That's horribly cold. You know, I don't want to be there. Anyway, you guys, that's all good for right now. And it is a tie. So good stuff. And we'll zoom back out. I'm going to take a look at one more time over at Stromboli, see if we can get that going, if that clock is ticking. And I don't know if that's actually live. Yep, it's working. Okay, we're going to end the show up with Stromboli, and we'll leave it as that. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Big thank you to our wonderful people that gifted memberships. It was Oz and Grandma B and Kevin Haynes. Thank you, guys. And also a big thank you to Irish Monk and Leo Carlson for their super chats. And the Irish Monk had 3 of them, and Leo had 1. And thank you very, very much. I do appreciate that. And on that friendly note, I'm going to say take care, everyone. Please, thanks to all of you guys for being here. Thank you for the wonderful support. And I'm hoping that this is good for you guys, that you can enjoy this. Thanks to all the members, to the entire Lava family. A big thank you goes out to Arizona Snowman and Piggy, of course, for her wonderful contributions with the bacon seeds all the time, even when she is feeling down and depressed, and she's still going. So thank you, Piggy, if you're listening. Big hugs from all of us here at the Lava family. And on those friendly notes, again, also thanks to the other mods like C&D Boy, Bob, as well as Gary and I'll get it, Joseph. Thanks, appreciate all of you guys. And well, oh wow, Dinkle Storm Chaser, Barbara, thank you for that 199 super chat. That does help out, and it definitely will be cool. So Dinkle Storm Chaser. Okay, got it. I got it written down. Thank you very much, Barbara. I appreciate that. Okay, you guys, best to all of you from me, and take care, and please be kind, be careful, and most of all, tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I bid everyone a very good night. Thank you, Daryl, for that $5 super chat. Thanks. I'm going to write that down, too. Thank you, Daryl. And anyway, good night, everyone, and all the best to all of you, and we'll see you all tomorrow. And for now, oink, oink. Good night. Thanks.